So, sometimes I like to set myself up and, try to have like a dramatic shot or something neat to come into when people arrive to my stream. But the plan didn't work out this time, thanks to this very large turtle. Just all up in my stuff, I'm trying to look edgelord, turtle. Why you? Anyway, welcome everybody to the stream. Thank you so very much for joining me. My name is Chris, otherwise known as Wolfie, and we are live once again with Massively Overpowered's OPTV. And it is time for some Final Fantasy XIV. Now, I've done just basic dungeon run streams stuff before, so that's not really particularly new, and ultimately that's kind of what's happening this time around. But this time we are going to be using the trust system. Now, this was something that was added, Shadowbringers, I believe? Like, the trust system in basic. Oh, this turtle is walking right up on me. Hey, how you doing? There. Now, I'll get you into frame. I know, you just want to be part of the shot. I get it. Anyway. Hang on a second. There we go. Take that screenshot. Anyway. So the trust system was added in Shadowbringers to sort of allow you to play the dungeons as they happen in the main story. And that has since expanded quite a bit to the point where a lot of the old dungeons can be run in trust, which is something of a godsend when it comes to leveling up a DPS class, because, well, the DPS queues are pretty high when you're trying to do your roulettes. Most of the time, as you see, the adventurer in need is typically either tanks or healers. So those classes get pretty much instantaneous queues, and a lot of the time they also get these bonuses in order to entice those players to join the queues, which makes sense. And I'm not, like, decrying that by any stretch of the imagination. It's a great idea. But when you want to level some alternate classes, and your initial only other choice was to just kind of sit and wait for like 15-20 minutes, maybe longer at a stretch, before you could get any sort of dungeon experience or anything else, like, it's a long time. And 20 levels as my character, well, 19 levels technically. But anyway, like, it's a lot of time to wait. Hey, Crimson Knight, hello, welcome. Good to see you, friend. So, they very recently expanded that trust system in order to allow for additional duties. Like, so it's just kind of, in my opinion, it makes the leveling process for DPS classes especially way, way easier. I actually got my dancer up from 80 to 90 through just kind of spamming this list of dungeons as I went along, and it was great. I didn't really like mainline it too hard. I was able to just sort of stop after a few hours, get a couple of levels, stop, walk away, and like, even at a pretty casual pace, like, it took me like maybe 4 or 5 days. How are we and Jamie doing? Doing well. Thank you for asking. Jamie is at work right now, so, yeah, we're doing all right. Okay, so that's the setup. That's the preamble. Oh, hang on a second.
Leave this to me.
I didn't know Lena could join me in this group. Awesome. Okay, yes. Okay, so, yeah, let's go on ahead and just do a quick bit of chilled out, easygoing, trust dungeon runs to sort of continue to level up this Reaper class, which I'm surprised I'm having a good time with. Genuinely, I was not expecting to enjoy it as much as I am. So yeah, that's the idea. And I don't think I really need to say this at this point, but I am going to. This is going to be doing Endwalker dungeon content. Spoilers will happen. So if you have not played any of the Endwalker stuff, or no, I'm sorry, not Endwalker, Shadowbringer stuff, beg your pardon. If you have not played any of the Shadowbringers content, look away, and that's all right. Totally understandable. Hey, Toaster Master, how are you, my good friend? Good to see you. All right, here we go. Let's go. So much for this game being on the shelf. Yeah. Yeah, definitely not on the shelf anymore, that's for sure. I'm back in it, baby. So I'm still learning the class. Like, for example, I know there's positionals to some of my skills, and I haven't quite sorted out which ones are the right ones. But I have gotten the basic flow of how things work down. Like, I understand the skills to build up the bar that I need, and alternating between Gibbet and Gallows, like the very, very basic stuff, right? I haven't gotten to a point where I can summon my Organization 13 outfit. So that hasn't happened yet.
Why not?
Why not? Well, because I'm just slow, what can I say? There we go. I will do monk positionals out of habit, even though there are only like 2 now. You know what? I can appreciate that. I understand. Totally understandable. You know, old habits. Luckily, when it comes to the AoE rotation, positionals don't matter. I mean, I could just stand here and swish swash all day long. It's the single target stuff that has the positionals, and that's what I need to work on. But I'll get there. Hey, Crasher, thank you so much for that big old glomp. Thank you, friend. Good. Well, good to see you as always. Welcome in. And another thing I keep on forgetting. I feel like this is not unique to me, though. I feel like every Reaper forgets to put down their Death's Design debuffs on a regular basis. So I'm working on that. But I do like the feel of the Reaper rotation, right? It's kind of got a nice flow to it. At least certainly in the intro. Oops. I don't need to spam my AoE. I could just slicey slice. Also, the skills look really cool. Like, I mean, obviously a damage dealer wielding a scythe, that has to look badass, right? It'd be very, very, very sad if somehow the animators didn't get that right. But, luckily, the animators for Final Fantasy XIV are top of their class. Are definitely unmatched. Jobless for a week now, doesn't feel right. Have an interview at 2 for Lowe's. Well, good luck to you on that, friend. Hope you're not jobless for too long, and in the meantime, try to relax as best as you can. Alright. I think we're off to the first... Oh, wait, no, we got one more fight. So that is one thing that is, like, a little bad about trusts. And that's a pretty common complaint, is, like, the AI does not do a very good job of taking on multiple enemies at once. They just sort of single target burn down one enemy one by one. So, like... Is this the most efficient thing? Probably not. But then again, I also don't care. And whatever time I might have lost in doing these dungeons not as fast as I would with humans, I kind of earn in just not waiting in the queue as a DPS class. Now, being like a tank or a healer, I would definitely use the usual method of, like, you know, doing the roulettes first, right? But And you can still obviously just wait for a roulette as a DPS too. It doesn't mean you can't do both, obviously. But for me personally, and this is another benefit of trust, like, I sort of like learn the class at my pace without having to worry like I'm disappointing a bunch of strangers or wasting their time, right? That's the big benefit of the trust system to me. It's like, you know, anxiety about how you're doing your job or your play is, you know, it's a thing. It's an unfortunate thing, and it shouldn't feel bad, but, you know, it happens. And this system sort of helps mitigate that. Until I get to a point where I'm confident in my abilities and can join in the public queues. Relaxation necessary when not doing anything. Yeah, that's true. Good point. Alright. Time for this dungeon's first boss. Here we go. That's quite the entrance, I gotta say. Alright, here we go. So this boss has a whole lot of, like, dodging the fire. A whole lot of it. All the fire dodges. Here we go. And I was getting greedy just there. Ooh, okay. I was sort of like in burn mode, and I was like, oh wait, hey, there's areas of hurt going painting the ground. I should probably move out of the way. But right now, the rotation is pretty basic for this class, which is fine, you know, you gotta get used to it. Gotta get the basics down. Ow. That hurt. Uh-oh. Whee! Out of the way of that. Out of the way of that. And out of the way of that. Whoosh. Okay, there we go. Oh, Alizé burnt. Wasting the wasting the limit break as usual. Bang. Oh no. Oh no. Woo. Okay, I think I got out of the way of everything. Oh, that, oh, so much stuff. That is one thing I do need to pay attention is when this harp ability gets buffed up. That's one thing that I haven't quite gotten acclimated to just yet. Okay, one more round of this AoE dodging stuff. This will go away, and then we go over here. And then that stuff happens. Okay, and we're back to it. She's almost dead anyway, so... Bam. And we're done. Okay, there we go. Another thing that's nice, you can kind of like, you know, you sort of get some pretty basic gear. It's not as good as if you were running the dungeon normally, but it helps. Again, this just really feels like it's designed for exactly this kind of purpose, right? Like the idea of getting used to the class and understanding how it works, and I love it. I do really, really like the trust system. It's probably one of the smartest additions. Now, obviously, would this be better with other people? Yes, obviously, of course. I would prefer to do this with a bunch of friends, but then again, like, scheduling, man, it happens. The biggest boss that anyone ever has to fight in any multiplayer or anything is the schedule boss. So, when you can't really play with your friends, this is a great alternative. Also, I'm looking really, really forward to, like, just digging into this class more and watching it unfold, right? That's gonna be nice. Treasure. That's a casting item. Okay, I don't really want that. Hey, how you doing? Oh, this is not a very good grouping. That's okay. I can just position myself in the best way I can. There we go. Sort of got some of them. Alright, Raha, you know what? I'll just follow your lead. It's fine. There we go. Now that those enemies are dead, I can use my AoE rotation. Or that one enemy is dead. Put down my death design just to be sure it's up. The sound effects in this class are really, really good. Okay. There we go. Now they're in position. Okay. That's more like it. Thank you. Thank you for your cooperation. Whee! Incidentally, speaking of, like, just the battle effects, incidentally, I hope this isn't too hard to follow. I can appreciate there's, like, a lot of visual clutter to the uninitiated. So, like, you know, this looks like a whole madness, but just over time you get used to seeing all these effects. And you can turn them off too, by the way. Or at least as many or as few or as many of the effects can be turned on and off if you want to. Ah, I had two of those. Love it. Maybe my eyes have permanently... Whoop. Oh, my headset almost fell off. Maybe my eyes have been permanently used to Guild Wars 2 and SCO, but this barely qualifies as visual clutter to me. You know what? Awesome. That's good. actually kind of funny because, like, STO definitely has some visual clutter in the ship combat side. That's for sure. Like, when there is a whole lot of ship effects going off, whee! Man, it turns into a disco show out there. Okay, here we go. Alright, so I should spread out a little bit. Because we're about to get smacked in succession. There we go. It's very kind of her to, like, not put the goop everywhere. And the fourth one to get slapped. Okay. Man. Watch MJ's latest stream. It's in the ground combat too. Ah, okay. I don't know. I was able to follow the ground combat pretty well. But then again, I guess my own eyes have also been trained by watching this game's visual effects, right? I kind of hate how this character's attacks are named, like the Tickler. That's upsetting. Okay, I guess I'll follow you guys then, sure. Why not? This is a pretty easy boss. I'd forgotten that this boss is kind of simple. But then again, like, the backstory of the boss, oof. Emotional damage. Swishy swashy, you're going down. So much emotional damage on the enemy. And that's that. Oh, that's another thing I love about trusts. Like, there's like little NPC dialogue as you go through. It's a nice touch. A little extra character. Okay. One more boss. And this run of this particular dungeon specifically is done. And then we get to do it all over again. Oh, that's a nice tight grouping. Look at you, Graha. My dude. Thank you. Whoa, there's a big explodey. So much for the nice tight grouping. Oh well, it's fine. Actually, this isn't bad. I can hit them with my big juicy cleaves. I probably should have waited on using that. Ah, well, that's fine. It's not like it takes a long time for this to sort of load up anyway. Or this ability to get off cooldown, I should say. There we go. Okay. Alright, more of these friends. Take a look at that. Almost immediately I was able to use that big old cleave again. That is one thing I do have to say that I have to get used to with this class as well. Where my buttons are placed. Like, there is a method to the madness. Like, using the... jumping between the alt keys and the switch keys, or shift keys, or like, it takes some adjustment. But I also have, like, a gamepad on this... not a gamepad. It's... Well, I guess I could call it a gamepad. Like, the way the keys are laid out is a little different than...
Wolfo's using cheats. That's all it comes down to.
I mean, okay, fine. If you're gonna just tell everybody my secret, it's fine. It's fine. I appreciate you.
It's just... I see a whole keyboard that's just not being used. It's just a special button off to the left.
What are you doing, Graha? Just leading these guys all on a big old merry dance. My layout is a hot mess. I should probably screenshot it for you. That's actually one of my favorite things that people do is they share their, like, hot mess, garbagey hot bars. Like, I love the UI layout. Like, the self-shame button, like the self-shame signs, you know, like where like people like have their dogs hold up a sign, but like I eat all the trash, you know. Get a soundboard and remap all your controls to it. I almost want to do that, except only because I have this Stream Deck that would make that really easy to do. Like, seriously, it would be an absolute dawdle in terms of hitting those buttons. I just don't really have a need for a soundboard. I tend to, like, run my broadcasts, gosh, I'm loath to say professionally, but, like, a lot less cartoony than others would, I guess. I'm not like trying to be like a character or a meme lord or a VTuber or a PNG tuber or anything like that. I'm just me. And I like to keep as much of the focus on the gameplay as I can. I say that. I have like a big old Chatbot 9000 box on my screen. But there is a reason for that. So, you know. Okay, the big old room of non-stop enemies is done, and I think this is the last stretch to the final boss, if I remember this dungeon correctly. Why is this happening? Yeah, I believe this is... Yep, this is the last stretch. Okay. Hello all, how's it going today? Chatbot 9000 versus Kitten Cam. Both do the job, but I think we know who'd win. Yes. No, Kitten Cam is 1000% superior. Look, I'm not gonna front. If I had a kitten, I would totally use a Kitten Cam, but we don't. This apartment is a little too tiny for that. My friend Britannia.
Hello, I'm a kitty right here. I'll be on camera. Sure.
Oh god. Alright. You know what? I opened myself up for that one. It's fine. Oh, I should get out of the edge. Ow! Out of the center, I should say. Alright, this is the part where the healer gets locked down, right? Yes. Or somebody else gets... Okay. Well, not the healer, but somebody. Ah, okay, we're out. I love the boss music of this game. Oh! As I was saying, I love the boss music in this expansion. It's so good. Ow! I remember to get out of the way from the center. Yay! Hooray for my silly bro. Oh. Oh. Okay, here's what he does with the big spinnies and smashes. This is kind of nuts, I gotta say. I remember when I first saw this new mechanic, or new then, I should say. I was just like, what is happening? Why is this happening? And now experiencing it as a melee, like, ow. Oh, I'm being chained down. Oh no. It's my turn to be locked down. Ah! Help! Thank you. Bam. Oh, that wasn't Alizé who... Oh, that's right. That wasn't Alizé. That was, the rabbit. The rabbit. Gosh, I forget her name. Lena. What? Oh, wow. The rabbit. Lena the rabbit. Oops, that was the wrong button. Fine. Bam. Yeah, you got this. We're almost done. Time to go to sleep, Philia. And level 72. There we go.
Hey.
Hey. And what action did I just learn that? Oh, hang on a second. Arcane Circle. Ah. Ooh. A little buff. I'm calling a VRR rabbit. I know, right? What a jerk. A Lakeland Cane. Okay. I assume this is a... it's a conjurer weapon. Okay. Got it. Gosh, I remember the Lakeland stuff being actually really cool looking. If I remember right. Excuse me. Little drinkies. Okay. So that means... Oh, okay, yeah. I've got one more level and then I can go into Dawn Meg. Right. So, yeah, let's Yeah, let's keep this. Let's keep it to the twins and the world's greatest Cato. Well, the second greatest Cato, I should say. Britannia is the world's greatest Cato.
Meow.
One more time into the breach, shall we? I've got time for one more run in this, I believe. Let's go.
Whee.
Oh man, it's actually kind of nice to revisit this expansion again a little bit, because I mean, the story in this expansion was, shoo boy. And then I didn't think that this could be topped by Endwalker, but I was stupendously wrong. Good gravy was I wrong. Everybody was wrong. They just... The writing team for this game is untouchable, in my opinion. Not just in MMO storytelling, but just in general. But it is good to be back. In more ways than one. This character actually kind of replaced the little Lala tank that I was playing as. I missed her, you know? I just missed the character. I miss being a dancer. And, yeah. So this is something of a nice little homecoming all around. Now, I did remember that my Death's Design had dropped, but then that guy was almost dead anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered. But I will remember to put it down for these two. Okay, wow, that was an interesting sort of... They just kind of like... they both face different directions. Oh, whoop. There we go. I wasn't targeting anything. My bad. Whoopsie. Alright. Wake up, bears. And this is kind of what I've been doing for a little while now, actually. I mean, when I brought this character back, I was like, okay, I need to get my dancer levels. And then after that, I, you know, got myself caught up on the main story quests. And so now I'm just, I'm enjoying Reaper quite a bit, and I want to get those levels, so here we are. It is kind of cool to come to this class after, I don't know if I want to say the hype died down, but I kind of don't know that there's too many Reapers out now. Like, the people who wanted to play Reaper are sticking it out. And those who were just curious have kind of moved on. Which is to be expected. I mean, you know, it was the new hotness. So, obviously, a lot of people are going to jump on that in Sage. Speaking of, I tried to play the Sage. Oh, that was a mistake. I am not good. I am not good at it. Like the respect to the actual Sage players out there, because man, that class is complicated. I couldn't get my brain around it. It's like the Black Mage of healer classes in terms of its complexity level, in my opinion. Now, it's entirely possible that I'm just an idiot, but I just couldn't figure it out. I was not doing a good job. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'll just do something else. If I want to play a healer class, I probably should start with like White Mage or something like that. That would probably be the wise choice. It's straightforward. And if I'm gonna like babysit a bunch of people, you kind of want to have less things to think about. Especially if you don't play healers in this game very normally, which I don't. Astrologian, join us. I've been curious about that too, honestly. I don't know. I love the way Dancer feels like support, so Astrologian seems like a close enough similarity insofar as like you're supporting and you're buffing people. And I'm certainly not against RNG buffing, because I mean a Dancer is just a proc monster, like constantly procs. Like nothing you do can happen unless you do this and then this other thing happens. Like it's all about the proc. So the fact that like cards are procky doesn't bother me too much. So I don't know, maybe I will. We'll see. But first I do want to get this Reaper up to snuff. That's the first thing I want to do. But maybe Astrologian will be my next leveling project. Who knows? Oops. I chose wrong. There we go. Thank goodness this class has like a dash forward ability. Oof. Whoops, I was the wrong button. There we go. There we go. That's what I wanted. My death design down. There we go. But I would definitely be curious about your thoughts on the Astrologian. Like, in terms of like a healer, like, what's it like? I know that's a big question to ask, honestly. But I would love to hear your thoughts, Toaster. Whoop. Oi, come back here. There we go. Big slashes. Let's get them a show. Whoops, wait, hang on a minute. I have to reposition myself. Oh, there we go. Oh no. Well, okay, there we go. I mean, this is the this is the place I chose. Come back here, you. There we go. Oh, we're gonna do this dance again? Alright. One more time with this. That's fine. With Nocturnal Aspect gone, it's very much like White Mage. I just happen to prefer the buffing over White Mage's Lily as a mechanic. Yeah, you know what? Okay. That's really good to know, and totally jives with my line of my preferred playstyle, genuinely. That sounds like the kind of healing stuff that I want to get into, so that's very heartening to hear. That is exactly the kind of stuff I was hoping to hear. Ah, aiming. Okay, well, you know what? Gloves of aiming. Maybe I can use that for some glamour, assuming it looks okay. Yeah, the diurnal and nocturnal stuff did seem a little weird. At least on paper, I mean. Obviously, I can't speak to how it felt, but it seemed like an odd sort of mechanic. So like one was like about shielding and the other was about regen, I think, right? If I remember correctly, that's how it used to work. But now it's primarily about buffing. And I know I'm like kind of oversimplifying, but you know.
If I may butt in, friend.
What's that?
If I may butt in.
Oh yeah, of course, go for it.
So, they are right. Astrologian is actually closer to White Mage than before.
Right.
You do have the buffing aspect, but other than that, yeah, it is basically like playing White Mage with a deck of cards.
Awesome. I can dig it. I liked it in Alliance Race because I could swap to being a regen or shield healer based on whether I was grouped with a White Mage or a Scholar. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
The utility is great as well.
The utility is... Okay, I like that. Oh, and healing. Ah, I was like, ooh, what is this? What's the shiny I got? It's a healing shiny. I don't want the... I don't need it. At least not right now. See, I probably... Now I'm thinking about it. Now it's in my head. Like, I'm like, that'll probably be my next leveling project, is the Astrologian. The game is listening. Save the healing shiny for your Astrologian leveling. Right? Yes. Yoshi P is totally watching. Is like... And then he hit the button that, like, lets Astrologian stuff drop. Or healer stuff drop. Thank you, Yoshi. You're a very kind gentleman. Oh, I didn't realize this guy, like, broke through that gate. That's pretty cool. I never paid attention to that until just now. Also, Astrologian has the best spell animations, and I will let anyone who argues with me die without feeling without feeling shame. Wow, okay. But how do you actually feel, Toaster? But yes, I have seen a lot of the Astrologian effects, like, and you are not wrong. They are pretty. Like, they are gorgeous. Like, the whole star aspect and planetary stuff and just the big old explosion of, like, constellations when they put down that slowly building healing thing. Ah, gorgeous. And, I mean, this character... I love dressing up this character and making her look as pretty as possible, so, you know. All signs point to Astrologian. Ah, signs, get it? Aha! Ahaha! You see what I did there? Yeah. I'm not sorry. Gravity is also much less blinding than holy spam. Yeah, you know what? That's a good point. Spamming gravity would definitely be, just from its nature alone, right? Like the fact that it's a dark spell. That'd just be way easier to handle than White Mage running into the middle of the party and casting Holy like just this crazy flashlight. Gravity 2 is kind of wonky looking, but in a good way. Ah, nice. All right. Hey, and also hello. Way too late TV. I have been enjoying the FF14 PvP OMG broadcasts, by the way. Those videos have been very good. You're welcome, friend. Keep it up. Keep doing what you're doing. Before you start jumping around, I'm gonna put Death Design on you, okay? We cool? Is that alright? Thank you. Taking a bit of a breaker while I deal with some health issues. But hope to come back with it and a vengeance soonish. Excellent. Yes, take care of yourself first, obviously. Do what you need to do to get yourself better. And come back at it with a vengeance, baby. Looking forward to it. How am I enjoying Reaper? I love it. I love it way more than I expected I would, genuinely. I was not expecting to like it this much. But it's a very good time. Damn it, LZ, I wanted to use that. But then again, I've only also just started it, so to speak. Like, I'm only 72. So there's still a lot of stuff to learn, a lot of layers to get unpacked, but yeah, I've been having a good time with it. It's been a very, very cool class. Just the look and feel of it is very, very neat. That's the general consensus that most folks that I've heard from the job, yeah. Oh, dang it. I thought I got... Let me... There we go. Gotta use my procs, man. Let me use my procs. I have buttons that are glimmering and glittering at me. I need to hit them. Whoops, that was the wrong one. Oh well, that's fine. Shiny buttons. Yes. There we go. That's the right one. And down you go. There we go. Always got to see her go away. It's always very sad. Very sad. Ah. I don't need any healing pants, apparently. I already have the healing pants. New healing pants. Alright. Here we go. The big old room of constant enemies. Semi-constant enemies, I should say. Am I hitting everybody? I think I am. Yes, yes I am. Oh, now they're grouped weird. Ah, it's fine. It's fine. I can still hit all of them. Oh, there we go. Big guy's down, so now I can focus on these two. Perfect. Whoops, wrong button. It's fine though. Whee. Oh, this guy's almost down. There we go. There we go. Slices. How y'all doing? Nice to meet you. My name is Dancing Moonlight. You can call me Moon. I will be cutting you up with an extremely impractical weapon today. Like, alright. So let's be real. A scythe as a melee weapon, like a gardening scythe, like a reaping scythe, terrible, terrible choice for a weapon in warfare. But damn if it doesn't look cool though, right? Like, come on, man. Look at this thing. Look at this. Just the flashiness, man. Also, one of my favorite RPG bosses or enemies was Magus in Chrono Trigger. So, you know, I mean, anything that lets me feel like Magus, I'm for. I'm 100% in support of it. The cool factor is off the damn charts. Yes, it is. Are they grouped together? Okay, yeah, we're good. Perfect. Doesn't beat the gunblade for impracticality. Yeah, you know what? You're not wrong. But that's another where cool rule of cool absolutely applies. Like, why would anybody want a weapon that like actively blows up in your hand? Because it's awesome, man. And actually, I think there's like some historical presence or precedent, I should say, for a gunblade. I believe gunblades have happened or been made. They didn't last long. They weren't around for a very long time. Shocking, I'm sure. But I remember reading about gunblades being an actual created thing. I say this as someone whose favorite tank class is the Gunbreaker. There you go. I mean, you know what? You can recognize the silliness of your favorite class and still enjoy it. My favorite class basically, like, is a cheerleader, effectively. And I love it. She basically wiggles her butt to empower her friends. Like, it's perfect. They were revolver sized. Ah, that's right. Yes, you're absolutely right. Okay, this guy I can wait until... I can just cut this dude down and wait to use my resources. Slicey. I thought for some reason there was like some more enemies coming for some. I was just here. Come on. Also, can we talk about like this run animation? This seems like this would really, really hurt. Like the arms. This would be really, really hard to do, but again, it looks dope as heck. Who cares if her arm is probably screaming in agony and her elbow is going to be like destroyed here in a couple of seconds? Like it looks cool. Whoop. I think I hit my buttons. Ah, we're fine. It's fine. I can just start over. Point. Alright, time to run away. Alright, who's being chained down? Oh, me. Okay. I just realized I'm the one with the stuff over my head. Guys, help. Guys, help. Help, guys. Thank you. Okay. I don't want to be in baby jail. I've been a good girl. Oh. I was almost in the path of that nonsense. Ah! Okay. Ugh. Oh, hi there. My bad, Alize. I didn't know I was standing in your spot. Sheesh. And that's pretty much the fight, if I remember right. There's no other extra stuff going on. Alize is all, you better run. She would say, that would literally be the way she'd act, honestly. Oh. Alright. Time for this insanity. Whoop. A little too far. There we go. It's the temper tantrum spin to win. Up. Are you done? Nope, not quite. Okay, now you're done. Whoops. I walked almost into that. There we go. That's fine. Fine. We're good. Temper tantrum spin to win is the best way I've heard it described. You and a cookie. Thank you. I will absolutely take an internet cookie. Thank you very much. I accept cookies. Haha. Get it? I have to say, again, just kind of like coming back to the Shadowbringers dungeons again, it must be said, the monster designs in this expansion were incredible. Like, turning the element of light, which is usually associated with, like, unfaltering goodness, into just horror beasts like this is so cool. Ah, damn it, that was the wrong button. That's fine. Definitely, yes, yes. Our team hit it out of the park. 100% agreed, my friend. Absolutely. I hate that I had to get away because there's one more... there we go. All right. And just like that, I am halfway to 73. Nice and easy. Let me get this treasure. Lakeland wings. Oh, is that the sage item? I bet that's the sage weapon. Let's try it on, shall we? Oh, interesting. How do they look when they're deployed? Neat. That is very cool. Alright, neat. Alright, I'm never going to use them. I don't like the sage, but those are cool looking. Alright, well, that is going to be it for today's broadcast. Thank you everybody so much for joining me, and we hope you'll join us for the rest of this week as we have a whole bunch of good stuff coming down the way. On Monday, May 30th at 2 p.m. Eastern, MJ will be live with some Warframe, followed at 8 p.m. Eastern with some Elder Scrolls Online, once again with MJ. On Tuesday the 31st, MJ will be live at 8 p.m. Eastern with some Guild Wars 2, and then on Wednesday, June 1st, I'm going to be doing a little something different. We're going to be doing some Arma Reforger at 2 o'clock Eastern. I will be joined by the esteemed matriarch herself, Britannia. She is going to be dropping things on my head, effectively. Should be a good time. And then later on that same night at 8 o'clock Eastern, we've got another backseat stream. Myself and MJ will be watching somebody else play stuff for a change. So, thank you very, very much for joining me for today. And thank you to everyone for everything you do to support what we have to do here at Massively Overpowered. Whether you are watching live or on demand, whether you're reading what we have to write on massivelyop.com, or if you're one of the generous folks who do things like subscribe to the channel, donate bits, whitelist the ads on the website, or if you're one of our amazing Patreon supporters, top to bottom, you are the fuel that keeps us running. We hope to see you later this week. Have a happy and safe Memorial Day in the meantime, and I will see you next time. Till then, bye!